Good evening and welcome to Mending So. My name is Ajarosydegreatv. You all know I'm your favorite presenter. Today I'm with a very important personalities. We're able to bring Dr. David Aja and Princess Bridget Oji. And I want them to properly introduce themselves by themselves, knowing fully well that they are exceptional. So, in my right is
Thank you. Like you rightly said, I am Princess Bridget Oji by name. I'm an educationist by profession and a media personality.
okay. Thank you, Princess Bridget, for coming around. We don't take the privilege for granted. And also, beside her is a career man, a well-known media personality. But I want him to introduce himself by himself. His name is David Aja. But I know when he introduces himself, you all get to know him better. Please, sir, can you introduce yourself?
Thank you, Mr. Manuel. David Aja is my name. I'm a social critic, a social personality, and a social influencer. I thank you for welcoming me to this occasion.
All right, Dr. David, you're highly welcome. So today we'll be discussing a very important topic. I want it to be more or less a discussion class than an interview. You all know I'm an interviewer, but today we'll make it more of a discussion class. I think that will be okay.
Yeah.
So I want us to discuss the role of money and sex in a relationship. I believe sex and money is like a cankerworm that have eaten deep in our society today. We're actually metamorphosing into a society where a young man sees a girl, give her a lift, and the next thing they are looking for a hotel to sleep. So what would you say is the cause of this decadence in our society about sex and money?
You see, Mr. Emmanuel, sex and money is just like bread and butter. Okay? When you see bread and there's butter, they stick together. So money is like an oil, a lubricant, okay, that facilitates sex. Once there is money, then the next thing is sex. A young man with money always want to have ladies around him. And then a lady who is beautiful, men with money will always want to go to her. So sex and money is just like bread and butter, like our people will say.
Okay, sir, but what I'm trying to say is, growing up, I could see relationship where people comes to my sisters, elder sisters, now married and their children are in the university. They actually come to them. What they are doing then is love. And maybe my mom is fighting this guy because he doesn't have money. Don't come to my house again. Okay, let's take for instance Ebuka. Ebuka, I don't want to see you in this house again because Ebuka is just a furniture guy. And there is this Nedu that just came back from US, has money, have a Benz and stuff like that. And my sister is choosing this Ebuka out of love because the love, the connection. And my sister will always say, nah, it's an imaginary
How old was
your
sister that
now, that my sister.
How old was she
now,
that
good, this thing were happening in the 90s. And
You
that
see?
my sister, they are 20-something. But this kind of stuff doesn't happen now. We're now in a society where a girl is in school, high institution. The parents are just simple civil servant. The girl is coming back with iPhone 15 that she bought 1.7 million. And the parents are not saying anything.
generations have changed.
So are you not saying that we should now accept it that what is in trend now is if you don't have money, no woman should date you?
No.
Is that the generation we've seen ourselves? Or are you seeing it as a moral decadence in our society?
Sorry, Princess. You see, you can go either ways. It's a moral decadence, as you rightly pointed out. It's a moral decadence. Over time, people have come to see it like the in thing. The thing that is in vain.
So how do we try to arrest that?
Before
Or is
talking
this
about-
something? Okay.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Before talking about how we can arrest it, I want to bring to our notice, our remembrance, generations, counting from generations. The generation we are now, like the society is using Gen Z body. Mm-hmm. What is happening now is actually a thing that is coming out from the leadership of Gen Z bodies. people, you're making reference to your sister in the 90s, generation before the Jay-Z, by the, what are they called? If I'm to
Millennium.
Thank you, millennium. The kind of lifestyle that was there in the time of the millennium is not the same as the time of this Jay-Z. This sex and money thing is the negative aspect of it is more in this Jay-Z time than your sister.
So are you against or in for it?
I cannot be for it. I mean, I'm very much against it. Like the negative aspect of it.
So what is the positive aspect of it? What do you think is the positive aspect?
The positive aspect of it is, like you said, there cannot be a relationship without money.
No, but sorry to cut you short. You've been in this our program severally, and you've actually, when I asked you the last time you came to our program, when I asked you the kind of person you love, do you love because of money? You said no, that you're a career person, you work hard to make your money, that you love someone that you so connect with.
Thank you.
Now I think you saying you love someone you so connect with and you're working hard to make your money, and now coming to say you cannot separate sex and money or separate money in a relationship. Don't you think it's conflicting?
I am not a Jay-Z person.
So you're
I am
millennium.
a millennium. I have a better on this. I have a different orientation. The next generation might even shock us.
So how do we arrest this situation now so that I don't metamorphose into the next generation, Doc?
You see, every generation has its own problem. You understand? Every generation has its own problem. The issues that the generation of your sisters we are having is different from the issues the Gen Z generation is having.
You know, in the US, they still have Gen Z body. If you go to most of this Western world, they have Gen Z body. Okay. So if you say it doesn't have something to do with generation, to me, it has something to do with the moral decadence in Nigeria.
So are you saying we should copy everything US?
No, what I'm saying is, now, it should not be only the bad thing that the United States people are doing that we'll copy.
Okay.
We should also copy the good ones they are doing. Okay. Like our women being naked now and most of those things now, it is not our tradition. Sure. These are things we copy from the white men. And now, this over-demanding is not something that the white people is doing.
To come in, the sex and money thing, we are also copying it from the whites.
How did you say we are copying it from the whites? For instance, okay, let me tell you something.
Because Nigeria.
Let me tell you something now. Now, you go to the United States and you want to take a woman out and you're like, can we go on a date? She'll be like, and the man will be like, don't worry, the bills is on me. Now, saying that the bill is on you, meaning that I want to take you out, I want to pay the bills. If I don't tell you, I got the bill is on me. If I'm taking you out, we should split it. Now, in United States, you love me because of who I am. I love you because of whom you are. Are there people who could be loving because of money? Yes, but it's very mild.
That's why in that same US you are talking about, there's divorce everywhere.
So does divorce in US have all to do with money?
Yes.
Because no. See,
one thing leads to the other. Okay? Because of everybody feels, okay, this is my money. The man feels I have my money. The lady feels she has her money. Okay, if you want to do this, you bring yours, I bring mine. So everybody feels independent.
But can I tell you something?
You see, one thing leads to the other. You can't take that away. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You can't take that away.
But Dog, do you know that if you travel to Western world,
okay,
most women actually divorces a man because they are emotionally bankrupt.
So you think?
Sorry, not emotionally bankrupt, emotionally not fulfilled.
Okay.
You could have a woman that you give all the money in the world to a man. You think you're taking care of this woman.
Sure.
But what this woman actually wants is attention.
Are we not giving attention here in Africa? Are we not giving them attention here in Nigeria?
Do you know that most times what would define as taking care of a woman is not actually what a woman actually wants.
Every woman is different.
Wait.
You should know that every woman is different. Another woman, what she needs is your money. Once you are giving her money, you are taking very good care of her.
Yeah, but another
woman, what she needs is your attention. Once you are giving her attention, you've given her everything. So these things, you don't need to mix them up.
So are you actually saying that this trend,
okay,
that this trend of give me money, I give you my body.
Yes.
That I've actually eaten deep in our society is the right way to go.
No. It can never be the right way. Nobody is supporting that.
So
We as Africans, we have our way of doing things.
Okay.
You understand? We believe so much in even taking care of our women. It is African to take care of a woman. Okay. That's why back in the days, you see our fathers, what do? They will have large expanse of land. Some of them marry more than 2, 3, 4 wives.
Which I believe should actually be replicated in this generation.
You want us to go back to the olden days?
So if he wants us to go back to the olden days, why fighting against sex for money?
No, I'm not fighting against sex for money.
Because if you don't have the money, if you don't if you don't have the money, you will not be able to keep those plenty.
You women.
You will not be able to keep them. So you need that money to buy them. Any man who have plenty women around them is a wealthy man.
Yes.
He's a wealthy man.
Okay.
So if you want us to go back to that generation.
In the days when I was in school,
okay,
in the year 2007 coming up, then there are people that are called sex hawkers.
Okay.
If you go to the popular Oteba Junction in Enugu,
okay,
you see them standing there in the night. Now maybe when you want to give a woman money to sleep with her, she'll be like, I'm not a prostitute. A woman can come to your house after sleeping with her, you want to give her money, and she's like, no, what do you take me for? Am I a prostitute?
Where are you driving at?
Now wait. But what we now have now is an average lady walking down the street.
Yes.
An average ones, even among those ones that are well dressed, among those ones that are not even standing on the road. If you just do papa and the person hops in, it is just like a trend now that the next thing is, if you've got the money, why not? Let's look for where we'll do it. So I think.
Okay, finish up.
Okay, I think it is something as a society we need to start calling on our religious leaders, our political leaders, parents to actually look into this. That this generation where we were going, where we are headed now, we have the, like you people said, Gen Z body, and now have Gen Alpha. If we don't do something now, Gen Z bodies will transfer it to Gen Alpha, and Gen Alphas will now amplify it more. Where
you see, Mr. Emmanuel,
will not stop having relationships.
See, try to get our point.
You see a woman and you'll be like, let me sleep with you and just give you money. Because that is where our society is.
Yes, we understand you. Try to understand our point. We are not supporting the narrative of body for sex, okay, and sex for money. You understand? We are not in support of that. I'm not an advocate of that. Okay? But what I want you to understand is that it is a generational thing. And it is not just peculiar to Nigeria. It is everywhere. Even in those countries you made mention of aforetime, they still have such issues where you see everybody is interested in money. Seriously, money rules the world. We can't take that away. So our point is we just have to itemize all these things and then try to know what works here and what doesn't work here. Life generally works with money. A relationship itself needs money to work. So you have to get that clear, Mr. Emmanuel.
I'm coming. You know, I was trying to buttress a point
when
I said that we are actually copying the whites. You know, in the days of the millennium, there was less this sex trade thing.
Yes.
This, like a state in Nigeria that we all know, almost all their female youths fight everything to leave this country to outside country to
sell their body.
To sell their body. So we are actually copying them. Those people, they have gotten to this. I think they've even gotten to this generation before us, before Nigerians, where they trade their body for money.
You are right. Where are they even traveling to? Is it Nigeria? Is it African country? It's outside. So that's not just
if that country, their women are more into it. Our women shouldn't be packing themselves.
Their women
it's because their women are rejecting. That is why our women are not taking over.
No, it's not true.
Most of the films you watch that we watch today, it's not majorly the white ones
but it's not common in the Western world.
This thing is not just African problem.
Yes, it's not
It
an
is
African problem. It's a general problem. It's a world problem.
It is a world problem, like he said. Every generation that we get into, before Nigeria will get into it, most of these white countries would have passed through it. They've gotten to the extent that I feel that they've gotten to the extent that their men have tested enough of their women that they prefer African ladies.
Okay,
so it is a general problem.
Let me say something.
Okay.
I'm also a traveler. I've been to some countries. And what I find out in some of those countries, let's take US or Canada for instance, you see a lady, she's a career woman, just like Princess is a career woman. Maybe she's a teacher or she's a presenter, a journalist, and she is single in her 30s or something. She doesn't have a relationship. She could go out, go to club, see a guy she likes, they come to their house, bang. Maybe the parents are even staying in the same house with her. She have a room in their house upstairs. They'll come back, bang, do everything they want to do.
That's where
wait, and in the morning she's gone. They collect the exchange number and she's gone. Now, if what they did is something the two of them actually feels they connect, they could start talking from there. And if something they don't feel they connect, they just leave it at that. Now, what I'm trying to say is someone at that point in the Western world is seen to be at a climax of being spoiled, but she's not a whore.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you understand. She's not exchanging her body for money. I don't know if you understand. My point is, if you want to be a whore, why don't we just why don't a woman just come out and be a whore? Let's know that you are a whore. Than this thing we're doing now, that if it's not money, I must not go out with you. If it's not money, I must not go out with you. Thereby promoting laziness in the life of our female genders.
Ima, look at it. The home, the family, is the foundation of the society.
That's right.
So whatever the family is able to see as family values. See, we are Africans, we have values in our homes. There are homes we know that this home is not known with stealing, this home is not known with deception, this home is not known with lies. Whereas there are other homes that they say, no, forget about these ones. Anything goes there.
That's true.
So if our families can actually inculcate the right values to their kids, you see those kids, before going to school, they left home before going to school. So what have they taken to school? Children go to school with the characters that they learned from home. And then they mix up with other children from different homes, and then before you know it, after the school, they went to the society and started displaying those characters.
Like the whites, when they have issue, to be the man who will leave the house.
Okay. Is that the way? Is that where you want us to go to?
You and Princess seems not to have actually understood where I'm driving at.
Okay.
Where I'm driving at is, I'm not against a man taking care of his woman.
Okay.
I'm not against a man being a provider.
Okay.
In African culture, we provide for our women.
Yes.
Even if we marry 10, we provide for our women.
Sure.
I don't know if you understand. This is what African is known for. I'm not against that. But what I'm against is that we now have a society where I could say that the average Nigerian woman, 95% or more, let me not say the Nigerian woman, youth, 95% or more are into sex hawking. Before now, they used to stand on the road. But now you see someone staying in her house, the parents paying her school fees, believing she's in a school, but she's a corporate prostitute. All she just does, now they've given it a baptismal name, hook up. Good, thank God you know. Now they've given it a baptismal name, hook up. And someone is like, hey Charles, what's up now? I'll be coming to Enugu tomorrow. Arrange babes for me now, let's hang out. Now before now, it will not be arranged babes for me. They go to that popular Otigba Junction, like I said, to pick women. But now you see Chiamaka, name in quotes. Now Chiamaka, who is a student, the parents are responsible citizens, maybe civil servant, federal civil servant, or even doing a better job than being a federal civil servant. This Chiamaka is staying with her roommate, and someone is coming to town. Someone calls and Chiamaka, Alpha, one of my guys, they call my bed this weekend when I go service her. He pays 20,000 for a night. They go to the hookup. They have a lot of hookup group now. Many of them are in this hookup group where you just pick them. Their parents still think they are responsible. In church, people still think they are responsible. In their street, people still think that they are responsible. But what a lot of them is doing is hawking their body. I don't know if you're getting it. Now, this keep eating deep into our society. And I believe if we don't actually start tackling it as media people now, it will metamorphose into something else. Because now, these Gen Z bodies, they will soon transfer this into Gen Alpha. When they transfer it into Gen Alpha, they start seeing it as a way of life. Just like, for instance now, in Africa, we used to have plenty children. Yes. Before, it keep going down to having 6. Now, it got to the point of having 4. Yes. Where if you've not given up to 4, they'll be like, get another one. But once it's that 4, and you want to give birth to another one, they'll be like, you've started crossing boundary. But there is no rule for how many you give birth to. I don't know if you understand. But we now have a mindset of this is how many that is actually what is in trend. Now, if we don't arrest this situation of women hawking their body, they'll pass it to the next generation and it will look like this is what is in trend.
Can I tell you something?
All right, go on, dog.
I'm not an advocate of sex for money. Just that in the days of yore, it was done in a way that people won't be so aware of it. It's not so open as it is today. All right? But coming from my own angle, I will tell you that we have to just get it right from the family foundation. Okay? Because if we don't do that, seriously speaking, I don't know where we are headed to. The next generation will be worse than this. But the impression I think I have corrected is that you shouldn't see it like it's a Nigerian thing or an African thing. It is actually a world problem. I don't know if you get my point. So, but we should be advocating for how do we now reduce all this?
Arrest it
so that we can transfer it to the next generation.
So, Doc, in addition to what you said,
yes.
I want to ask a question. At what point would a man say a woman loves her?
Okay.
If from what we're saying now, if you don't have money, a woman will easily not love you. Okay. So at what point can I say, yes, I have money, I am comfortable, and I can say, no, this one actually loves me for who I am and not for what I have?
See, love is a process. It's not just something you jump into. Once you are with a lady, or once a lady is with a man, okay, with the process of time, you will discover that this one is actually there for you, not because of what you have.
So the factor from what you're saying is time.
Time reveals everything. Give it time.
You would be able to know. Women are people who can't hide. They can pretend a lot, but you will be able to tell if this person loves you.
So princess, do you actually date for money?
This is a personal question.
Yes,
okay, this is my life. You want to bring it to TV? If I love for money,
do you love for money?
I don't love for money, but
you're advocating the money.
No, I'm not advocating money for sex. I am only trying to say that there cannot be a sweet relationship without money. Not that I am dating for money. Not that. One other thing I even want to point out is that money is actually not just the paper. It's not just the paper, yes.
Wow.
If I'm going to date a guy, I would find out, okay, he don't have the paper now.
Okay.
But can he produce the paper?
He has the idea.
But that is what I've been saying.
I'm coming.
Where I made mention of my sisters, then loving a man because of who this man is, the container and not just the content and not just the container. Okay. And loving this man because of who I think this man is inside. I'm not
Mr. Emmanuel, I'm coming. I am not a Jay-Z generation. I am from the millennium generation.
So what
I have built, and I have built myself to keep on carrying that orientation that I would have to
work for
myself, for my money.
money.
If my man will support me, but that would not make me go for a tout. I don't know if you're getting it. I would
So
not.
what do you consider a tout?
Okay, a guy wakes up in the morning, he smokes.
Okay.
And what's even trending now? They would want to size you, they would want to class you as a lady to know what you can give to them, what you can, what they can bet.
About the money.
I'm coming. From the ladies' aspect now, those guys who depend on
some ladies actually depend on female.
Yes,
Some men, actually depend on female.
So if I see that this guy,
but wait, to cut you short,
wait, don't cut me. I've been in a situation like that.
Okay.
Where this guy, hey babe, I just, my car broke down. Can you assist me with this money? I will do it.
But I don't think that is a big thing to do.
No, I'm not saying that's a big thing. But like I told you before,
because
that
you're financially independent.
like I told you before.
Maybe at that point, can actually.
I'm coming. Like I told you before, that to find out if a female loves you, you would have to be observant. If this is centered on requests.
Yeah.
But there is something I wanted to say.
Whenever you
make mention about
I would have loved to hear her part.
When this thing is centered on request, there is no how two different bodies will be dating, and one of them is receiving the finance. So when the guy is receiving the finance, he's a tout. Only him receiving. We go out on a date. I would even be the one to take him out on a date. We come back, like he is the one receiving the financial assistance.
So you see where she's talking
about. There is something I wanted to point out from what she said.
So you want the views to be split, right?
To be split.
So that means we're also headed to where the wives are now.
Okay, wait.
You see, that's the orientation.
Wait, you said something about them. You said tout, and I said, what do you mean by tout? And you said
I'm trying to explain it. I use the word smoke.
Okay.
Not that everybody
you said a guy that
smokes
smokes,
anyway.
But I don't actually agree to the fact that everybody who smokes is.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, when it comes to a man and a woman relationship, it is okay. Everybody have the kind of people they are fashioned to be in a relationship with. You can see a guy who clubs, who smokes, and he's in love with another girl who also clubs, who smokes. They get married, they are clubbing, they have tattoo, and they're living a good life. Sure. I also see a woman.
Don't forget, she told you she's from the millennium.
Okay.
So
you can actually even see people from the millennium. It's like area father is before the millennium.
Yes.
And that is the kind of life
we have exceptionals. We still have exceptionals.
Mr. Manu, you're just getting me wrong. Right. I use it because we have most of them who wake up in the morning to drink and to smoke, not to go hustle. Not that drinking and smoke, I am putting it to be a wrong thing, but when abused, is a wrong
I like
thing.
That word.
So the man who wake up, the guy who wake up to get money from his woman just to go buy drink and smoke is a tout. He's not he's not getting any idea on how to produce this money, on how to make, but because he's dating a woman who is independent, he is now dependent on the lady. And that's not how God created it. God created the man to be the head.
Okay, moving forward, Doc, do you think our religious leaders have actually contributed to this moral decadence? Do you think our religious leaders have actually enabled this? Do you think the society will find ourselves like our political leaders have actually enabled this? Or you think it's the parents at home that have actually enabled this thing?
Let me help you before let me help you before you talk. I will be taking out our religious leaders out of it.
Okay.
Religious leaders in all their teachings from every angle, I don't think there's any of them that would say sell your body, or if a man would date you, will be able to sleep with you, he should pay you. No. If our politicians, why would not rule them out completely, is that in this generation now, the ladies that do it, most of their customers, let me put it that way,
customers,
our politicians,
what are they selling?
that is it now. That is it. Like you mentioned, hook up.
Okay.
People who pay well.
Okay.
Most of them are politicians.
So
That
that's
is what.
She's in the society.
I am a female.
And she's in the society.
Even though I don't
So
do
you
it,
do
but I
it,
am a
oh.
female. I am a female, even though I don't do it. But I know that most of their customers are these politicians and some well-to-do personnel who can pay them very well. One thing I would even want us to be talking about is how did this thing escalate to this level? We know that it is body hawking is the oldest profession, but it wasn't as it is today. How did it? What happened? At what point did it escalate to this level? Then we'll start looking at how to arrest it.
So what would you actually throw more light on that, or
How
actually tell us how it escalated to that?
My thinking, how it escalated, because over the time I'll just be thinking, why is it that you see again and she'll be like, hey, again, I broke. Ah, God, she'll just be waiting for the next call to come in. That's why I told you I'm a lady.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be talking with you, I'll be like, okay, I broke. Ah, come on, just wait, no worry. She'll be waiting for the next call to come.
And she can't even call someone and be like, hi,
Fish,
Chief, you
don't
don't come back this weekend. And Chief is like, no, I'm in Dubai now. I travel. I'll be like, hi, Chief, I think you're in town, so you just do something for
So you see, so how did it get to this point where the orientation of almost every lady is waiting for the next call or looking for the next contact to dial so as to be able to raise money?
I think
and how did it get to this extent where guys doing everything, most of them will work their ass out just because they admire the skin, that they want to get the money to go pay? How did it get here? So you see,
I want to say something. Look at it. I want to say how we got to that level. You see, when we have two young ladies, maybe dwelling in the same house, students, okay, and the other one goes out today, maybe she goes out in the night and then coming back the next morning, she comes back with bags filled with provisions and money. And the other person who doesn't do such, she's there hungry and she needs money. After some time, you find out that lady too, she wants to belong.
That's influence.
Environmental influence. Thank you for that word. She wants to belong to what is happening, and then she will be influenced negatively.
That means by extension,
okay,
we have the social media to blame.
Sure.
In the millennial age, we didn't have much of it.
There was nothing like social media. What we had was just the
social media,
the mass media and all that. So you see, this is one of the ways it escalated. Peer pressure, we can't take that away. And then their feeling of wanting to belong to what is happening in the society. So it's one of those ways.
So going forward, do you actually think there is something the society can do to
exactly what we are doing here?
Or
that's exactly what we are here.
The social media have to fight what they cause.
That's why we are here.
The family, the social media, the politicians, the religious
leaders. You made mention. You asked me a direct question. What do I have to say concerning the religious leader, politicians, and all that? Whether they have an influence in this? Of course they do. I think the politicians are even the major influencers of this, because they're the ones that spoil those ladies with those money. Okay, an average businessman does them, but he has to calculate his money. He checks how much he makes before even spending it on the lady. The major culprits here are the politicians and then even the religious body. Those people fear them. So we have to actually go down to the family. Okay, the family has to look at it holistically. What is our problem? Why is it that our children are no longer behaving the way that our forebears were behaving? Why is it that every young lady wants to be given money before you have anything with her? Why is it that some young men wants to go after an older women just because of money? So these are things that we need to holistically look at it. Okay, people like you who are in the media and other social critics should keep on bringing up topics like this. Discuss it. so that people can know what is going
To
on.
be able to change your orientation
Yes.
over you.
Princess, going forward, what would you say to ladies that have actually determined that they will not sell their body?
Kudos to them.
Like, if I should find those
Kudos to
girls,
them.
if I should find those ladies, I would do everything within my power to encourage them. You know, I'm even thinking of having a foundation a foundation that will be encouraging ladies to be determined. Like, find your determination. It mustn't be, you mustn't succeed by
Selling your body.
And at the long run, some of the ladies will want to build their relationship in a way that this man should have the understanding that he has to be taking care of me. It's not easy to be beautiful. Skincare costs. Skincare routine costs. Let your skin be as much as you and your man can afford.
I did tell you.
It should be like as much as you and your man can afford.
Wow.
That is if you are going to have a relationship that is built on love and understanding. So if I see those kind of persons, I would encourage them. I'm telling us out there, if you're a lady that you still have your determination intact to depend on yourself, it's a thumbs up for you. I know that you have someone like me who would support you full time.
Okay, Mr. Emmanuel, thanks for bringing us here. You've said everything with the summary you've given. So it's just for us as people, as Nigerians, to go down to our families, go down to our society, and try to help ourselves, talk to our younger ones, tell them the essence of life, tell them the essence of relationship. That it's not just about money, it's not just about our body, but about building a better society. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Princess.
Okay, thank you for having me. Like, it's a pleasure. I enjoy this topic a lot because the way the society is going recently is really, really annoying with this sex and money thing in a relationship. There was one thing I kind of remember when you were making a summary is a thing we should not try to rule out at all in relationship is there can never be a sweet relationship without money.
Very important.
Yes. Even though we are fighting for the youth, the parents, social media to do better in fighting that orientation, that ideology that, okay, I give him my body, he must pay me or something. The guys or everybody in the relationship should always understand that whomever it is coming from, just that there should be money. Go out, we split the bill, but relationship is beautified when there is money. So no man should expect a well-looking lady to come wait for you, cross your leg because I should love you for being.
But I think relationship should be an emotional something. When it comes to my well-being, my family should take care of me as a girl child. And if I'm not a girl child, I'm a lady. I should.
That's where I talked about social engineering, social orientation, starting from the family unit. Okay, once you felt it at the family unit, the society will be bastardized, and that's what we're experiencing right now in all our endeavors, in all our encounters in the society, be it anywhere. We find out that because there's a problem in the family, we find out that everyone is just after the money, not about satisfying each other emotionally, but about satisfying each other's crave.
Cool.
You get it?
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Still your host, Ajarosydegreatv, and today with me is Princess Bridget Orji and Dr. David Aja, and I want to thank you guys for coming. And as a way of closure, I want all of our girl child to know that taking care of you is the responsibility of your parents. Anything your boyfriend, a guy you're talking to, gives to you is an additional. And they let me know say boy child, our young men out there should as well know that as much as taking care of your woman is not your responsibility except is your wife, but you shouldn't stop taking care of your woman if you actually have the way means to do it. But the women, not the girl child now, our young women should start cutting down on this money for body, money for sex, thing. Once more, my name is Ajarosydegreatv, and keep watching Men.